Good morning, students. Let's see the continuity of formation of colored ions in D block. Okay. Already we discussed about some introduction part of this topic. It's very important. And now my question is, why transition metal shows color property? Okay. Why transition metals or D block metals shows so why these are exhibit colors in their compounds. Okay, let's see. Now we are going to discuss about this one. Okay, all the transition metals have n-1 d orbitals. Okay, where n is equals period number. Okay, we know 3D transition series 4D 5D. Okay, suppose here n is equals 4, that means fourth period in the periodic table. Okay, now which d orbitals? That is 4 minus 1 into d. Keep n value in this. 4 minus 1 means it gives 3d orbital. 3d orbital means 3d means it is clearly first transition series. Okay, first transition series from scandium to G, then 4D 5D. Okay, so depends on n value, these are the transition series. Okay, so in the first transition series we have 3d orbitals. Okay, clear? So in d orbital, what is the d orbital consists 5 suborbitals. Am I right? What are they? They are dxy, dyz, dzx, dx square, y square and dz square. Okay, so the representation is one, two, three, four. These are the 5 suborbitals of d orbital. Okay, this is d orbital, clearly you know. Okay, so now the first one is dxy, dyz, dzx, dx square, y square, dz square. Okay, now these 5 d orbitals are called as degenerated orbitals. That means they have similar energy. Degenerate means similar energy orbitals. Okay. So now when d orbitals, note it down. Okay. In the presence of ligands or solvent molecules, these d orbitals undergo splitting into two different groups. Am I right? Two different groups. Now this is n minus 1 d. Suppose n is equals to 4, 3d. N is equals to 5, 4d. These are the 5 suborbitals of d. Okay. Now these orbitals undergo splitting. So now what are they here? This is dxy, dyz, dzx, dx square y square and dz square. Am I right? Now in that, here we have dxy, dyz, dzx. These are the three d orbitals. These three are split as like, and the remaining 2 out of 5. Okay. This one is dx square y square and dz square. Okay. Clear, ma? These orbitals are called as easy orbitals. Easy. These three are called as T2g orbitals. Okay. Now this is higher energy level state. This state is called as higher energy level or state. Those orbitals having higher energy, they are less stable. Higher energy means less stable. Keep it in our mind. This state is called as lower energy level or ground level, and also this state is stable state. Okay. This is T2g orbitals, and we call these T2g orbitals all here. These three are called as triply degenerated orbitals, and these are called non-axial orbital. Okay, and these are axial orbitals. Okay, and this is even number. These two are evenly degenerated orbitals. Here triply means 3 and this is even number 2. Okay, remember this is axial orbitals, this is non-axial orbitals. That means dx square y square, these orbitals on the axis, axis, on the axis, suppose dz square, on the axis, the orbital which is on the orbital is called as axial. These are non-axial means here in between the, simply in between the axis, these are the axis, in between the axis, not on the axis. Okay, clear? In between the axis, then that orbital is called as triply degenerate orbitals and non-axial here. Triple means these three. Clear ma? This is evenly degenerate. Degenerate means almost same energy. So here, after splitting, there is some energy difference is there. Small energy difference is there in between these two types of orbitals. Okay, small energy difference between these two. Okay. Difference between EZ and T2Z orbitals. Okay, clear? Now, suppose this is the electron which is present at ground level. Okay, clear ma? Now we have the light sources, that is visible light. Visible light is also called as white light also. White means colorless, keep it in our mind. Okay, so it consists VIBGYOR, that means white light. Let us see here. These white light consist 7 colors. VIBGYOR, you know very well. nanometers to 700 nanometer wavelength. Every light having particular wavelength. Okay, and it has frequency and it has particular energy. Now, violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. This is the light source. So we have different transition metals, ions, iron, cobalt and nickel. Depends on their nature. A particular transition metal ions which is having unpaired d electrons, that means single electrons in the d orbitals, unpaired d electrons, absorb this light energy. This light energy is absorbed by this electron. This light energy, a particular wavelength of light, these 7 colors having different wavelengths. Okay, so depends on transition metal. That metal absorb a particular wavelength of light from this white light. Clear? It has 7 colors, each color having different wavelength. Suppose it is maybe iron or nickel it is, or titanium plus 3 ion. It absorbs the green color from this white light. Which color it is absorbed? Green color. After absorbing, this electron undergoes excited state. This is excited state or higher energy level. What it is? Excited state also we call it is. Suppose this electron belongs to titanium plus 3. Clear? The titanium plus 3 absorbs the green color light and it undergoes higher energy level. The electron shifted to higher energy level. Okay. In that particular case, this is d orbitals, this is also d orbitals, That is called as a transition takes place. Am I right? Transition means shifting from one place to another place. The electron shifted from d orbital to d orbital. Am I right? That is called d transition. d transition. Okay? d transition takes place. In that manner, after undergoes excitation, the titanium plus 4 release or emit the some quantity of radiation or light energy which is in purple color. Light energy is released after undergoes excitation. It releases purple color. It actually what it absorbed here. Initially it is absorbed green color, titanium plus 3. Okay, but after some times when it undergoes excitation, the electron, it emit the energy in which color? It is in purple color. Clear ma? So it appear titanium plus 3 appear in which color now? In its compound? Clearly in purple color. Is it clear ma? Initially it is absorbed in its compound. Which color? Green color it absorbed. After some time it undergoes excitation, the electrons, they emit which color? Purple color. Then titanium plus 3 appeared in which color in its compounds? Clearly purple in color. Clear ma? So that is called DD transition. Due to the DD transitions, transition metal ions shows color in their compounds. That is the answer. This phenomena takes place inside. Why? Transition metals ions shows colors in their compounds. So finally what we conclude from this concept here, okay, due to DD transition, metal ions shows color property. Okay, that means single electrons are able to exist in d orbitals. Remember that, not paired electrons, not empty. Okay, already we discussed about. At least single electron is present, then it can shows in the d orbital, it can shows color property. Okay. That already we discussed that if d orbital, if n minus 1 d orbital have one, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 completely full-filled configuration of d orbital, am I right? So it is colorless condition. Colorless. These type of ions are colorless. Clear, everyone? Example, Zn plus 2. Zn plus 2. What is the atomic number of zinc? 30. Clear? Write its electronic configuration. Argon 4s2 3d10, 30 electrons. Zn plus 2 means remove 2 electrons from these 30 electrons. Then it is argon 4s0 3d10. In the 3d orbital there is 10 electron like this. So it is clearly colorless. Clearly colorless. And what about this one? And second condition, empty. In d orbital, no electrons. No electrons in d orbitals. Okay, that is purely empty d orbitals. This condition is also colorless. This is also colorless. Keep it in our mind. Let's take the example. Scandium plus 3. Is it color or not? Let's see. Scandium, what is the atomic number? 21. Write its electronic configuration. Argon, 4s2, 3d1. Am I right? 3d1. Scandium plus 3 means 18 plus 2, 20, 21. Scandium plus 3 means we have to remove 3 electrons. So that is argon, 4s, remove 2 electrons, then it becomes 0. And remove one more electron from D, that is 3d, 0. Is there any electron in 3d here? No electron in D. That is completely empty. Okay. So here, no electron in 3d. So D 3d orbital is empty. So scandium plus 3 is colorless. Scandium plus 3 is colorless. Clear, mark 2? But some exception conditions is there. Already we discussed that also. Okay. Let us write one more. What is that? Transition metals in their compounds shows color property. Okay, but S and P block elements are colorless. P block elements compounds colorless. Why? Because there is no d orbitals in the case of P and there is no dd transition. Keep it in our mind. Okay. So let's take the example FeCl3, ferric chloride. What we call it is ferric chloride. Okay. Where what is the oxidation state of iron? This is iron. Okay. It exhibits here +3 oxidation state. Iron +3. So iron in FeCl3, it is clearly yellow color. Keep it in our mind. FeCl3 in which color? Yellow color. In other compounds, where iron shows +3 oxidation state. In other compounds, oxidation state of iron is in +3 state. Then they are in brown color. Brown. Fe +2 green or pale green. Keep it in. Only FeCl3 yellow. Fe +3 in other compounds brown. Fe +2 pale green. Okay. This is where iron is called as transition metal. Why it shows color property? So let us take Fe +3. Fe +3. So before that we have to write electronic configuration of iron. What is the atomic number? 26. That means argon 4s2 3d6, you know very well. 18 plus 2 20 26. Now Fe +3 means argon 4s0 3d5. Am I right? 3d means how many electrons share in D? Clearly 5 electrons. 1 1 1. So here 5 single electron. So it is it shows color. Okay, clear? So at least one single electron present in d block elements and transition elements. Clear? Then it exhibit color. Here it is yellow. Okay, remember that concept here. But P block and S block elements cannot show color property. Remember that. Let's take some example here. Sodium chloride, P block, S block element. Am I right? Sodium chloride, sodium bromide, sodium iodide. These are P block compounds and S block. This is S block and P block. Colorless. Okay. And also AgCl. These are colorless. Or sometime white means colorless. Keep it in our mind. Here Ag plus, Ag plus in this compound, okay, it has fulfilled d orbital. In the case of fulfilled d orbital, it is colorless. Am I right? Colorless. Ag plus. So the outermost electronic configuration here 4d10 5s0. Okay, in the 4d there is 10 electrons, am I right? 10 electrons. So this kind of property is called as colorless, am I right? If you can check the electronic configuration of Az plus, this is the configuration, there is 10 electrons in D. So completely fulfilled d orbital is colorless. Clear, ma? So these are all colorless. Keep it in our mind. And next here, let us compare AgCl, AgBr, AgI, compare these three compounds here. Okay. These are the halogen atoms, am I right? Chlorine, bromine, iodine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. So from top to bottom in the group, in the periodic table, fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. From top to bottom, what happened? Size increases or not? Size increases. Clear? From top to bottom, size increases. If polarizing power or ionic character increases, polarizing power or ionic character is increases. When it is increases, size of halide increases. These are halides, chloride, bromide, iodide. Am I right? Size of halides increases, then their polarizing power is also increases. Polarizing power means, suppose AgCl is there, then what is the charge? Ag plus Cl minus. So poles, what we call it is charges or poles. So polarizing means the charge nature is increases, developed. Okay. So when size increases, then what happened? Their polarizing power or ionic character is increases. Percentage of ionic character, you have to mention. Percentage of ionic character increases. When increases, sizes increases, then that ionic compounds, that means then ions, then that ions compounds are more colored. That means they exhibit more color. Okay. So let's see the example regarding this point. Polarizing means it can easily develop the charges as ions. Okay. Let's see. Now let us take AgCl and AgBr and Ag silver iodide. Where what is the charge? Plus 1, plus 1, plus 1. Here AgCl is colorless. AgCl is colorless. And AgBr is pale yellow color. Pale yellow. Here it is pure yellow color, thick yellow in color. What is the difference? Here if you observe the size of this halide ion, chloride Cl minus, Br minus, I minus, sizes increases. Iodine is bigger in size, so it gives thick yellow in color. When comparing with I minus, Br minus is smaller in size. Am I right? Bigger in size, smaller, very small. This one is very small. While size is increases, then what happened? Its color nature is also increases, thick color. It is colorless. Why? Because it is smaller ion comparing with these two, colorless. Bromine is somewhat smaller than iodine, so it is pale yellow. It is completely bigger in size, it gives thick yellow in color. That means size increases. In the case of silver compounds, what happened? Their color is increases. And which size? Halide ion size is increases. Clear? Clear, ma? And note it down. Ag2CO3 and Ag3PO4. These two are yellow in color, silver compounds. Am I right? Note it down. Specially note. And Ag2O and Ag2S, these are in black color. Okay? Black color. Keep it in our mind. Note here, percent of ionic character. Ionic character means that easily as ions, okay, or polarizing power. Percent of ionic character is less than 20%, then those compounds are most colored. Let's see the example. Okay, this is AgCl, AgBr and AgI, clear mark to, and Ag2S, all are silver. Okay, now in this percent of ionic character, percent of here it is 4% only, okay, and here it is 15%, here it is 24%, it is 80%. So percent of ionic character is less than their most color, so it is black color, black in color, yellow color, pale yellow, and it is almost all colorless. Why? Because it has more percentage. Okay, colorless or mention white. Clear? That is the concept here. Clear, students, up to? And let's see K2Cr2O7. What are the ions present here? 2K plus Cr2O7 minus 2. Simple. Here 2K, potassium always plus 1. The remaining one Cr2O7. Here it is 2 positive, so keep 2 minus. 2 positive, keep 2 minus. Cr2O7 minus 2. Here it is. This is one part, this is one part. Remove 2 plus, 2K plus. The remaining Cr2O7 minus 2. Why it is minus 2? Here it is 2 plus. So keep minus 2. This is called dichromate ion. Dichromate ion. Cr2O7 minus 2. This is potassium dichromate. Potassium dichromate. Okay. Which is in orange red color. Orange red color. Chromium is transition here. Transition metal. Clear? So this is also here orange red color. So one more compound is there, that is K2CrO4, potassium chromate. What we call it is potassium chromate. Clear, students? Potassium chromate. So it gives 2K plus and CrO4 minus 2. CrO4 minus 2. Clear? This is called chromate ion. Chromate ion. Chromate ion, which is in yellow color. Yellow color. Okay. So if you calculate the oxidation state of chromium, here it is plus 6. Already yesterday we discussed it. Here it is also plus 6. In these compounds, both are same here. This is also plus 6. What is the oxidation state of chromium here? Chromate or potassium chromate plus 6. Here it is plus 6. Already we calculated yesterday. And third one is KMnO4. Manganese. It is potassium permanganate. Potassium permanganate. Potassium permanganate. So it gives K plus and MnO4 minus. MnO4. Why? Because it is only one potassium. So K plus 1. Plus 1 means keep minus 1 here. Okay. This is okay. Both are same. Here what is the oxidation state of manganese? Plus 7. What about this one? Plus 7. Plus 7. So purple color. Purple color. It is also purple in color. Okay. And next one is cuprous oxide. Cuprous oxide. Where these copper exhibit plus 1. Plus 1 oxidation state. Why? Because how many coppers here we have? 2. 2x. How many oxygen? 1. Oxygen always minus 2 is equals to 0. 2x minus 2 is equals to 0. 2x equals to how much? Plus 2. X equals to how much? Plus 1. Copper plus 1 cuprous. Copper plus 2 cupric. Okay. Here it is plus 1 cuprous oxide, which is in red color. Red color. Okay. And so if you observe one thing here, and chromium trioxide CrO3, it is here plus 6. Plus 6. Okay. So remember, wet or hydrated CrO3 is in bright orange color. Bright, wet or hydrated, that means in presence of water. If water is there in CrO3, wet or hydrated, then it is in which color? Orange color it is. It is in dry, that means without water. Without water means what we call it is? Anhydrated. Anhydrated. Okay. It is dark purple. Which color it is? Dark purple color. Which color, ma? Dark purple color. Okay. Very, very important. So these are the some of the important compounds here. Okay. and let's see Cr2O7 minus 2 potassium dichromate in presence of base. OH minus means base. It is reversible. CrO4 minus 2 H plus. H plus means acidic. H plus means acidic. What we call it is chromate ion. This one is dichromate ion. Dichromate ion. Clear? So it is a reversible reaction, forward and backward. This reaction forward, this one is backward. That means reaction takes place both sides. So at equilibrium condition, already we discussed about rate of forward reaction equals rate of backward reaction. Just listen the concept here. This condition at equilibrium. Okay. So now Cr2O7 minus 2 originally orange red in color. Am I right? Here it is yellow in color. Yellow in color. Oxidation state of chromium is +6, where it is +6. Clear? Let us calculate oxidation state of Cr2O7 minus 2. Oxidation state of chromium. How many chromium atoms here? 2. So taken as 2. 2x. How many oxygen? 7. Oxygen always with -2 in this compound. So that is equals, what is the charge here? -2. So 2x minus 14 is equals to -2. 2x equals to -2 plus 14. 2x is equals to +12. X equals to +6. Clear? X equals to how much? +6. So what is the oxidation state of chromium in dichromate ion? +6. Each chromium process +6. 2 chromium atoms are there. And what about this one? How many chromium atoms here? CrO4 minus 2. How many chromium? Only 1. So taken as X. How many oxygens? 4. Each one carries -2. What is the charge here? -2. Is it clear? So X is equals to -2 plus 8. Then X equals to how much? +6. Clear? So here what we observed here, okay, let us observe forward direction. When CrO4 minus 2 formed or stable, CrO4 minus 2 is stable in basic medium. Basic medium. That means in presence of OH minus. Stable means when it is formed. Okay. When it colors, yellow color is appeared. Let's see. So this is dichromate, which is orange red in color. When we add base to this orange red color, then immediately it converted as chromate ion, which is in yellow color. So it formed. So formation means stable here. Formed. That means stable. So the question is CrO4 minus is stable in basic medium. In this reaction, this is dichromate ion, which is orange red color. When we add base, it gives immediately chromate ion. It is already formed here, so it is stable. Clear? In which medium it is stable? Base. Let us come to Cr2O7 minus 2 is stable in acidic medium, that is H plus. Let's see. Let us follow this reaction. This is chromate ion, which is already in yellow color. Okay, when we add acid into this solution, what happened? It immediately gives Cr2O7 minus 2. Dichromate ion is formed, which is in orange red color. It is formed means stable. When it is formed, when the chromate ion in H plus, it immediately gives dichromate ion, which is red. So when it is formed, so in presence of acid. In presence of acid. Keep it in our mind. Okay? Is it clear? Stable means when it is formed. When we add OH minus to that one, it gives this one. So when it is stable, that means when it formed, that means we add H plus this solution, it gives Cr2O7 minus 2. That is the stable here. And let's see now. Okay, so let us write the question here, very very important. Why does Mn plus 7, chromium plus 6, Cu plus have no electrons in their d orbitals, that is empty d orbitals in their compounds at Mn plus 7 in purple and Cr plus 6 in orange red in Cr2O7 minus 2 or K2Cr2O7, okay, and Cr plus 6 in yellow in CrO4 minus 2 or K2Cr O4. So why? Because here it shows plus 6 oxidation. In this compound it is orange red. In this compound it is yellow in color. In both it is shows plus 6. Okay, and Cu plus in cuprous oxide red in color, and Cr plus 6 in CrO3. In wet condition it is bright orange color. In dry, that means anhydrated. Dry means anhydrated. In the dry means it is dark purple. What is the reason? That means here what is the meaning of this question? Manganese plus 7, chromium plus 6, Cu plus have no d orbitals, empty d orbitals. How they shows colors in their compounds? Okay, manganese in purple, manganese in KMnO4, which color? In purple color. Chromium plus 6 in Cr2O7, which color? Orange red. Okay, Cu plus 1 red in this compound. So why these compounds are colors even though they transition? What is the transition matters in potassium permanganate? Manganese. Here chromium, here chromium, here copper, here chromium. So these transition element doesn't have any kind of d electrons in their d orbitals. There is empty d orbitals are there, but how they shows colors in their compounds? That is the question. So manganese plus 7 in KMnO4 shows pink color, but there is no single electrons in d orbital. Empty d orbital is there. Empty d orbital means colorless, am I right? So here also no d orbital, here also no d orbital, but these ions in their compound shows different colors. How it is possible? Is it clear, students? KMnO4. What is the transition elements? Manganese. Where it shows plus 7. What is the oxidation state? Plus 7. What is its color here? Purple. Okay. K2Cr2O7. What is the oxidation state of chromium? Plus 6. Which color it is? It is orange red. Where chromium plus 6. Okay. And Cr2, both are same here. Cr2O7 minus 2 also, and chromate CrO4 minus 2. Which color? Yellow color. Okay, or we can also write this K2CrO4, where chromium source plus 6, am I right? Transition elements, clear? It is yellow in color. And Cu2O, red in color. What is the oxide state of copper here? Plus 1, plus 1. Okay, and CrO3, what is the oxide state? Plus 6. It also shows colors, but here, this is the question, right? So these compounds shows colors, am I right? But they transition metals have no single electrons in their d orbitals. Let's see. Mn plus 7. Okay. So let's see. What is the atomic number of manganese? 25. Its electronic configuration is argon 4s2 3d5. Am I right? In Mn plus 7, in KMnO4, what is the oxide state of manganese? Plus 7. So here it is plus 7. So that means we remove 7 electrons here. Then what is the electronic configuration? Remove 2 electrons here. It is become 4s0. What about here? It is 3d0. 2 plus 5. 7 electrons removed. Then manganese become Mn plus 7. Clear? So is there any d electrons here? Empty d orbital. No electron here. Empty d orbitals in Mn plus 7. That means it is colorless actually. Clear? But in KMnO4 it shows purple color. What is the reason? Let us come to second one. Chromium plus 6. Chromium plus 6. Chromium plus 6. Let us come to chromium. What is its atomic number? 24. Write its electronic configuration. That is argon 4s1 3d5, am I right? 3d5. Now chromium plus 6 means we have to remove 6 electrons to become chromium plus 6. What is the electronic configuration? Argon 4s0 3d0. Why? Because 5 plus 1 6. We remove the 6 electrons, then it becomes chromium plus 6. This is the electronic configuration. So empty d orbitals in Cr plus 6 also. Cr plus 6 also. Clear? Cr plus 6 also. And come to third one. Cuprous oxide. Okay. So what is the oxide state here? Cu plus 1. Cu plus 1. Let us come to copper. What is atomic number? 29. Write its electronic configuration. Argon 4s1 3d10. This is the electronic configuration of copper. Plus 1 means we have to remove 1 electron from here. Then it is argon 4s0 3d10. 3d10, am I right? Just remove 1 electron from here. Then 3d10. So here in 3d there is 10 electrons. Okay. So completely fulfilled, am I right? Completely fulfilled, am I right? So here completely fulfilled means it is actually colorless, but it is shows red color. Okay. So this condition is also colorless. This is also colorless, but they shows color. What is the reason? Okay. What is the reason? The answer is due to charge transformation. What is the answer for that? Actually, those answer doesn't show colors, but in that compounds they exhibit different colors. What is the reason? The answer is charge transfer. Electron charge transfer. Okay. So what is the meaning of this? Due to momentarily electron charge transfers, KMnO4, K2Cr2O7, and that means here MnO4 minus also we can able to write. Already explained this. Cr2O7, okay, and in K2Cr4 simply we can write as Cr4 minus 2, okay, and Ce2O Cr3 shows colors, okay. So what is charge transfer here? Let's see. So take MnO4 minus. What is the structure of MnO4 minus? This is the central atom Mn. This is oxygen minus 1. The remaining 3 oxygens with double bond. This is the structure of MnO4 minus. Okay. So what is the oxidation state of this manganese? Clearly you know plus 7. Am I right? Plus 7. Plus 7. Okay. So here minus means electrons. What it is? Minus means electrons. So this is charge here. This minus means charge here. Electron. Charge or electron. So these electrons moves towards to here. That means these one electron comes to or movement towards this manganese transition metal Mn plus 7. Okay, that is called charge transfer. One electron from oxygen moves towards to Mn plus 7. Okay, in the Mn plus 7 there is no d electron, am I right? Empty d orbital is there. Mn plus 7 in manganese, in Mn plus 7 there is no d electron, no d electron, am I right? But these oxygen offer 1 electron to this ion. That means Mn plus 7 gain 1 electron from oxygen, it becomes Mn plus 6. Gaining of electron is called as reduction. Gaining of electron is called as reduction. So gaining of electron means Mn plus 2 undergoes reduced. Gaining of electron means reduced. Clear? So here 1 electron enter into D. Now electron is there or not? Clearly D electron is there. Then it undergoes DD transition. It exhibits color in the KMnO4 compound. Clear, students? So initially in Mn plus 7, when it is single exists like Mn plus 7, it is colorless. But in KMnO4 it shows purple in color. What is the reason? Due to charge transformation to central metal ion Mn plus 7. Okay, it gain 1 electron from oxygen, it become Mn plus 6. Okay, now 1 electron it gain electron, so that electron enter into D here. There is electrons or none. So this is called as, this is the reason for why Mn plus 7 shows color in KMnO4. Okay, purple in color. Okay, charge transformation. Okay, here oxygen minus 2, it becomes minus 1 by the loss of 1 electron. It loses 1 electron. Original oxygen process minus 2, then it becomes minus 1. That means it is loss of electron. Loss of, simply you can lose 1 electron. Loss of electron means oxidation. Here O minus 2 undergoes oxidized. Loss of electron, oxidized. Clear, students, up to? Same, the Cr O7 minus 2, where chromium shows plus 6. Okay, this structure is, there is 2 chromiums, so 2 oxygens exist like this out of 7. So one is like this and another minus 1, and here it is minus 1. What is the oxygen state of this chromium? Plus 6. Chromium plus 6. Okay, clear? So in the chromium plus 6 state, no d orbitals. Am I right? We have to check it, right? The electronic configuration already written. Okay, but Cr plus 6 in Cr2O7 minus 2 ion, it is orange red color. Orange red color. What is the reason? So now these oxygen, donate the electron to chromium. Charge transfer. What is the reason? Same reason. Charge transfer. Okay. That means chromium plus 6 gain 1 electron from oxygen. It becomes Cr plus 5. Gaining of electron. Reduction. Reduction. Clear, mark 2? So it shows methyl orange color due to the charge transfer. Charge means electron charge. Okay. And what about third one? That is Cr2 CrO4 minus 2 dichromate ion. Okay. The structure is like this. O minus. So here also charge transfer pressure takes place. What is the oxygen state here? Plus 6. Okay. So these electron moves towards to chromium. This chromium plus 6 gain 1 electron from oxygen. It becomes Cr plus 5. Which color it gives here? It is yellow in color. Okay. Due to the charge transformation, those ions in that compound shows colors. Okay. Keep that in our mind. Very, very important for JEE. And see, note here, KMnO4, K2Cr2O7 and CrO4 minus 2. These are diamagnetic in nature. That means they are repelled with magnet. Okay. Keep that in your mind. Okay, students, is it clear up to everyone? Simple, single electrons are there in d orbital. It will easily shows the color property. Okay, and let's see complementary colors. Complementary colors. Okay. Let's see. For example, what is mean by complementary colors? Before going to explain this, we have to learn. This is a triangular prism, triangular prism, a white prism, white, colorless, white prism. Now, this is the source of light, white light, or visible light, okay. This visible light consists 7 colors, VIBGYOR, with a different wavelength in between 400 to 700 nanometer. Already we know that. When these light focused on this prism, okay, so these lines split into 7 lines. Okay, this is actually colorless. Okay, it can split into 7 lights. There's V, I, V, G, Y, O, R. Okay, VIBGYOR. 7 colors: violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. VIBGYOR. Okay, these are the 7 colors, color rays. This is colorless, am I right? Okay. So this phenomena is called as dispersion. Dispersion. What is dispersion? Visible light, a white light, split into 7 colors. 7 colors is called dispersion. Okay, when we pass the visible light through the colorless prism, it split into 7 colors. These 7 colors, each color having different wavelength in nanometers and angstrom units. Okay, so okay students, we'll meet again and tomorrow. Have a nice day. Thank you very much.